Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the War Train here. If you're new, do me a favor, please subscribe and click the notification bell down below so that you guys can get notified of every time I upload a new video. And if you guys enjoy this video, do me a favor, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it, guys. But with that said, today's video, we are going to check out some gaming books that I got down here in my collection and some old school guides from some of the best games that were ever made. So you don't want to miss this. Let's definitely get into it. So check it out. Alright guys, so right here I got my Zelda Ocarina of Time official Nintendo strategy guide, and from years of just really being crushed between other books, this thing's actually in pretty good shape. I wish I didn't have the price tag ripped off it so I could see how much it actually was. It's pretty cool. In this book, you got Shigeru Miyamoto drew Link and basically signed it October 10th, 1998. Now, I wish that was real, but that was just in the book. Pretty awesome stuff, though. That's for sure. But yeah, definitely cool stuff. Having this strategy guide still. So anytime I really need to look any of this stuff here here it is. Because I still have my original Ocarina of Time from the late 90s. Actually, pretty much from launch, because I want to say that I picked this game up right away. I was a little upset I wasn't able to get the collector's edition at the time, and it killed me because my one friend had it, and I was like, oh, you got to be kidding. But it wasn't even easy to find then. It was kind of like if you didn't go right away, you weren't getting it. But yeah, cool stuff. You got awesome artwork in this book. Awesome Hero of Time. Absolutely great stuff. I don't know how many times back then I would just like page through this book just to look at the pictures. I was absolutely amazed by this game back then. So I had spent a ton of time looking at this book. It's crazy probably how much time I actually looked at this. But yeah, good stuff. And you know what? I'm actually really surprised. It pretty much looks like everything's here. Because I had gone through this whole book, and okay, there's a couple pages looks like are missing at the very end. And that's not shocking, I'm not surprised, but awesome stuff. So, let's see here. So, it looks like I have, I see. So, let me show you this. This is pretty cool. Now, I don't know what book this is from, but I do have pages. So, I don't know. Some of these pages are from that book. Okay, so this is definitely from that book. So I'd almost have to go through these pages and fit them back into where they actually belong. So there are secrets and stuff. And cool, look at this. I think, what is this? Wow. I actually wrote in this all the songs. And that's what it was supposed to be for. So that's pretty awesome. Wow, I even forgot about this. So that's pretty cool. Actually, I could use that in the game just to remember. I have every song written in there how to play it. So pretty cool stuff. And yeah, it looks like that was basically the map of the game. So pretty neat. But I also had another strategy guide. And I got some Overwatch stuff in there that I just threw in there. But yeah, I got another strategy guide here for Ocarina of Time. Everything revealed. So I was, like I said, I was totally hooked on this game. Obviously, I have two strategy guides, and they both offered, I think, just a little bit of some different stuff, some different artwork. But super cool. The outside of this book's a little beat up, but I want to say that I used the other one a lot more. This is probably just looks like more like a little tip book. The other one looks like a full-on guide that pretty much shows you a walkthrough. But yeah, there's not much of this stuff anymore. Now you could just watch it on YouTube or you know, definitely look up walkthroughs online. So times have definitely changed. But super cool to look at this stuff. I actually forgot that I had 2 of these books. Alright, so that's a second one. I actually got to get that straightened out there. But I definitely need to go through these and fit all these pages back to where they actually go. So let me put them actually back in that book and put that on top. And throw this Overwatch stuff in between them. Alright, let's see here. So right away, jumping in, bam. I got the Majora's Mask one, official perfect guide. So awesome stuff. Let's see, who is this made by? Oh, okay, let's see. Versus Books. Alright. So this is cool stuff here. And looking at this when this came out, I'm sure just this artwork was probably blowing my mind, because that's one thing, Majora's Mask got awesome artwork. Just the pictures are just great. I like the purple, but here you have all the songs right there. So I had them all, well, I had the other ones written down. This one I didn't need to write them down. They were all in the book, every single one of them. You know, it makes me wonder, I probably have all of them in the other book, but maybe I just wrote them there to page into the back or something. But yeah, awesome stuff. So if I want to play this on my 3DS, which I did start playing it not too long ago, I can always just jump back into this and page it for a reference. Because I tell you what, this game can get tricky with the time mechanic. So really cool stuff. I love the artwork of young Link. I think it's so cool. And actually, young Link is my favorite Smash character. I pretty much use him as my main. But yeah, awesome stuff. Really happy that I still have this stuff, guys. And let's see if I got any other really cool books. Mostly it looks like, let's see. Yeah, mostly it looks like all my magazines there, but I got some other newer strategy guides. Like, I had to get this. I wish I would have got the collector's guide. I was even able to get one the first day, but I don't know why I didn't grab it. I grabbed this one, but still, this Breath of the Wild complete guide gives you, I mean, it gives you everything. Because Zelda, these are games that I want to be able to find everything if I want, but these are great strategy guides to have. Alright guys, now getting into the real books. Right here I have Playing with Power, Nintendo NES Classics. And this came out alongside the Nintendo Classic, the little mini, and I had to pick this up. It's pretty cool because it has a sleeve over it that looks like a NES cartridge, so I thought that was awesome. And it looks really cool in the side. It has the NES Classics, like the NES colors, that light gray and the red. I love that. So it just slides out, and you have the NES controller on it. So pretty cool stuff. But fairly plain looking. Let's see. The system that started it all. And it gives you basically details of every game on the NES Classic. So really cool. This is good because it even shows you like the Konami codes and talks about it. Just really cool stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this book that tells you about that. I have another one for the NES Classic too, a little book. That one's pretty nice too. But this one's more complete and shows you just all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's pretty much like a guide to each game. So you gotta love that. You gotta love these old school guides, even though this is like newer, because this is reminiscent of an old school guide. And just the pictures in here, I mean, and right there's enough for me to want to have these books, because they're just absolutely awesome. But this is the NES Classic one, super cool. Yeah, you even have the whole stages, like all the complete dungeons and where everything is. I don't use these because I don't want to ruin the games, even though some of these games I already know where the stuff is. So it kind of takes the fun out of it, but still really cool. And I absolutely love having these guides and books on this stuff. Alright, come on. Trying to get it back in the sleeve here. There we go. Okay, so that's that one. So next we have the Playing with Superpower, the Nintendo Super NES Classics. Really cool as well. Same thing. Kind of reminds you of a little bit of an NES box right there. And it actually kind of looks like a cartridge as well, just like the other one. This is another fantastic book. Absolutely amazing. I just love the artwork in all these books. I mean, it's just so cool. And they show like the designs of the systems, what they possibly could have been, which is really cool. You know, it's neat that they have like schematics like that in there. So that is just awesome. I mean, I've looked at these books a bunch of times because they're just so cool. Like, I could even just sit down and look at them now. I mean, they explain all this stuff, the zapper, the super scope, just how they went to something bigger and better, or they were going for something bigger and better. Showing the Metroid timeline of games. Just awesome. I absolutely love Metroid. I think it's just such an awesome franchise. Super Metroid was one of the best games. And the artwork, man, is just, whoo, it's crazy. It's just so good. I love this art style of 16-bit. I mean, look at that. I mean, come on. How can't you love that? And I mean, the cover to Super Metroid is just wicked. I love that. But another great book. Lots of detail. I mean, I could probably have a video on each book. I mean, there's just so much stuff to look at in each one. I just love these. They show all the sprite work and stuff, the overall maps. I mean, it's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, I guess I'll kind of go through these other books a little quicker because this video will be like 4 hours long. Sorry about that, but man, these are just so exciting to show. And then we have Pat Contre's Ultimate NES Nintendo Guide to the NES Library 85 to 95. Look at the size of this thing. I mean, wow, this thing is heavy too. Oh my goodness, is that heavy. And like I said, he's coming out with the Super Nintendo one. But this is another really high quality book. And you're going to pay for it too. I forget how much this was, but it's definitely close to 100, I want to say. Probably like 60 to 80. Something like that. With shipping, I want to say it was around $80. But yeah, this has all kinds of people giving opinions in this book. Because it basically shows a couple screenshots, talks about the game, and then it gives like an opinion about it. So Pat had to sit down and play every one of these games, good, bad, okay, whatever. But he had to play them all to research this book. What is that? North American title anyway, I guess is kind of the idea. But yeah, if you have if you want to look and try to find new NES games, this is the book to look. Figure this is almost like a NES encyclopedia. Pretty awesome stuff, and just having artwork of the games is awesome. because you can find any game that you ever heard of. It should be in here, unless it's like a Japanese game or something. But if it was in North America, it's in here. So cool stuff, definitely cool stuff. Highly recommend that book, by the way, especially if you collect NES games. You definitely would like to pick that up. And then this is another must-have in my opinion. This book is awesome. It's the game console, a photographic history from Atari to Xbox. Now this book is absolutely amazing. It shows every console, just like it said, from Atari to Xbox and everything in between. I mean, there's so much stuff. It just goes through the systems, the specs. I mean, just little descriptions about it, launch prices, the processors, you know, if it had a screen, what kind of screen type. I mean, it is an amazing book. I mean, you could just sit down and get lost in this book for a couple hours, honestly, because there's so much cool information in this. It's just so interesting that, I mean, look, you even got handhelds here. We got, what is that, the 3DS XL. I mean, that is awesome. Just the fact that that is in there is so cool. You know, you have the original 3DS. Just so cool. Revisions of systems. You know, this book is absolutely amazing. And you know what? I hope they come out with an updated one in a couple years that have any of the newer systems, because that's so cool. But yeah, what a great book. Yeah, it has the DD64, the add-on for the Nintendo 64 that only came out in Japan. The IQ 64 that was in China. I mean, just awesome. Panasonic Real 3DO, a system that a friend of mine had that we used to play until the PlayStation came out. But awesome book. I highly recommend that. Pick that up. Another great one, Art of Atari. Now this is cool for me because I had an Atari when I was young, real little kid, and basically I would look at the box art to Atari, and that would determine if, like, when you look at the box art, that would tell you if you were gonna want to play a game or not. And Atari left a lot to be desired, that's for sure. But some of the box art was absolutely amazing and some of the best. But yeah, it goes through some history and stuff. But then it starts showing games. And it's absolutely crazy because what's cool is you even have stuff like Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers was actually on Atari, and I had it on Atari. That was actually the first time I played a Mario game, was just Mario Brothers. Kroll. I remember that movie. I used to love that when I was a kid. My introduction to Liam Neeson. Joust. That was another one I played non-stop on Atari. Donkey Kong Jr. and Donkey Kong. But yeah, you can just see the artwork was amazing. Like, look at this stuff. Yar's Revenge. The artwork is just awesome. Like, I could just, you know, sit down with these books and spend a whole day just looking through them. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Great artwork, awful game. Absolutely terrible. E.T., the infamous E.T., and that was a game that I had as well. I was one of the kids that got that on Christmas, and it was god-awful. I have just memories of that game seared into my brain. Like, I couldn't forget that game if I tried, because you went through like the same 4 stages over and over and over. It was like you were either in the woods or you fell in a pit. And we're having a hard time getting out. But yeah, an amazing book. And I was trying to see if I could find it here, but there, like I said, the Mario Brothers is in here. I'd love to find the artwork. see. Yeah, I kind of don't remember. Let's see, is this, if it's in alphabetical order, I should be able to find it. Here we go. There's Mario Brothers. And there's the game. And the turtles, when I was a kid, I thought they were camels. Because I'll try to show you there. If you can see that. That's a little yellow turtle, and I thought that was a camel when I was a kid, because you know what? It looked like a tiny miniature camel. So just a weird thing about my childhood that I'll never forget. Absolutely crazy. Forever I thought they were turtles, but just cool stuff. Great book. Another must-own, especially if you have any interest in Atari. Then you absolutely need that book. And man, these books are heavy. Alright, we have the Super Mario Brothers Encyclopedia. Now, I just got this recently, the first 30 years, so I haven't even checked this out yet, but I'm sure it's great. Actually, I might have to take a look at that tonight. Because, yeah, Mario is awesome. And the first 30 years, I remember all this stuff, so for me, this will be a trip down memory lane, that's for sure. Well, alright, so pushing all those aside, which is probably about 80 pounds worth of books, we have my Pride and Joy books. I love these books. We have Hyrule Historia, Zelda Art and Artifacts, and the newer released one, which would otherwise be a blue book, The Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia, but I have this edition that looks like the game, that comes in this Nintendo sleeve just like a cartridge, with the gold pages and everything. So I had to have this. When I seen this came out, I was like, yup, gotta order that now before I can't get it. And these are made by Dark Horse. This is the deluxe edition here. It doesn't match the other ones because, like I said, if you get this, it's blue. But man, I had to have this. And look, it even comes with an instruction booklet just like the game. So that is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. That is just so cool. I mean, wow. And there's that iconic picture. Just awesome stuff, guys. And you know, in the actual Legend of Zelda manual, you do have Link in all these weird poses and stuff. So that is super cool. I love this stuff. But yeah, these are great books, super high quality. Just Dark Horse did an amazing job on these, and each one of these books, they show you almost everything you could possibly ask for. Just any game, except for maybe like it sort of goes over a little Breath of the Wild in the end, just kind of like a preview, but it has every game before Breath of the Wild in pretty much absolute detail. Between all three of these, you get so much information, it's like an overload. They show every character, every item, every upgrade, every piece of clothing, every map, you name it, it's in here. Any collectible, how many there is, any lore. We have languages between these books. You know, awesome artwork. It's like, just depends on the book. They're all kind of different. They show the artwork for each game from when they came out. The maps in the game, dungeon maps. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Yeah, the character relationships. Absolutely amazing. And we got this game coming out for Nintendo Switch. So really looking forward to that. What a great game this is. Link's Awakening. Absolutely phenomenal. But, you know, show you everything about all these games here. It's just so cool. I mean, show you all the maps where all the stuff is. I mean, it's so cool. They show you just how the character, like right here, you got Stalfos, and they show you the Stalfos through time and how it changes. So you're getting a glimpse at each one in each different game and what they look like. So I thought that was so cool. I probably spent 45 minutes, an hour, just like looking at this stuff before. Like looking at these characters and seeing how they changed over time in different games. It's absolutely amazing stuff. But yep, that's the Dark Horse Legend of Zelda book. Okay guys, so now with this, I saved the best for last. This is the Creating a Champion edition for Breath of the Wild. And I believe in Japan it was like the Masterworks book. And there's also another edition which is actually Creating a Hero, which is all blue and definitely looks different than this one. But this is one of my favorite books I've ever seen. And you can see it has like this gold inlay here with all the Sheikah just little swirls and stuff. And you have from the map and the picture in the game with Zelda and Link there. So this thing's magnetic and it is big. It is all got a texture feel to it. So if you haven't seen anybody open these or unbox this before on YouTube, man, you're in for a treat because this thing is awesome. So this thing is magnetic and it pops open. So then you got a ribbon here to help you pull this stuff out. So to pop this first one up, this actually opens here, and there was a huge map inside here, which is this, but the full picture. And it's even this, it has texture to it. I don't even know how to explain the way this feels, but each part feels totally different, and it's just really neat to the touch. And the map is actually got a texture to it, and the thing's huge. It's like plastic on the back. It sits above my computer, so when I'm sitting there making videos and stuff, I can just look up and it's always there. I just love the artwork for this. I think it's so cool. So so right now there's nothing inside this. And then we have this here with the Sheikah eye on it, and this pops open. And you have a high quality picture of Link with all of the champions, or with all of the champions here. So the champions with the hero. So just such high quality, all this stuff. I'm definitely happy I got this, and was really worth the money. Because when I got home and found when this showed up, I was so excited. This was almost like a religious experience opening this box up because of all the layers. You're just digging down to more cool stuff. But here's the actual book here. So awesome. Pull this out. So there's the book, and real quick I'll show you just the rest of the contents in here. So you got the Hylian crest here. I'm trying to get my finger in here, but this pops out. I'm trying to be delicate with this because I don't want to mess it up. Come on out. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, same thing. This all is textured. It almost feels like I don't even know how to describe it. Just like some kind of fiber. It's really weird. It's almost like a mixture between plastic and fiber. But same thing. This one opens up. I'll get the contents of this out. Okay, so you have cards for huge cards that are super high quality stills, and on the back they have each symbol of that character. So you got Link, and the artwork for Breath of the Wild is amazing. Got your Daruk, and they have all the divine beasts on the back for each character, which is just super cool. Revali, and your Bosa. And like I said, these are all super high quality. And then you have the actual book, which, same as the other Dark Horse book, is got that gold inlay on the, or that gold leaf on the pages. So super cool. This is really high quality, and this is a really heavy book. You know what? I almost forgot one more thing. Let me get this over here. The most important part. You have that weapon in the game with the DLC. Awesome weapon. It's got a one-hit kill, but that pops out. And then you have these little guys. And they're all laser etched. And these are the upgrades that you get in the game. Now the other edition, the Creating a Hero edition, had the purple upgrade when you get. Can't think of the name off the top of my head of all these things. It'll come to me later when I'm not thinking about it. But right now, when I need to, I can't think of it. But you guys probably already know what these are. But they are so cool. I'd really like to display these things and have them like lit up. Hopefully they really come through on camera and you can like kind of really see inside of them. But yeah, super cool. I can't believe I almost forgot to show you guys. This weapon on here, I forget, I think it's called the Extractor. I could be totally wrong, but the name is eluding my mind right now. But yeah, so just kind of give you a quick preview of the book. And like I said, in Japan, this was the basically the Masterworks book for Breath of the Wild. So even though them other books don't have stuff for Breath of the Wild, this is the book for Breath of the Wild. I mean, it has everything. Just all the artwork, which is so high quality. Yeah, I love how it starts out. Open your eyes, just like the game. So cool. And then you got like some of the main artwork of the game. And it explains like, you know, all about why it was chosen and how the land was chosen. Box art for different country. And I absolutely love this picture right here. I think that is so awesome. I wish I had a huge picture of that to hang up on my wall in my game room. But just gorgeous artwork in the snow. I mean, just so cool. It's got all the concept art and everything. This is actually the cover art for the Game Informer magazine. The artwork for my channel with the Master Edition and stuff, right to the right of the Master Edition. I don't think you can see it in the picture, but I actually have this Game Informer magazine with this cover sitting next to it. And in front of that I have the Nintendo, the new 2DS XL, that was the Hylian Crest Edition. And that's the cool thing about getting the Game Informer magazines from GameStop. with their pro membership. I get it really for the magazines, because I'm still old school. I love the magazines, and it's cool to look back and see, like, even just in the last 2 years, I get the magazines for like Spider-Man, you know, Breath of the Wild, Doom 2016, all the big games. I mean, you name it. God of War, Red Dead Redemption, Mario Odyssey. I mean, all the games are in there. But just absolutely amazing, the artwork in this book. It's just so high quality. I mean, just look at that. And then it has all the concept art. I mean, like, people just do videos on just this book alone, and you absolutely could. I mean, there's just everything in Breath of the Wild is in here. Every character, every part of the land, all the concepts, what the characters look like, what they almost look like. Just so cool. The variants of them, all the animals, I mean, all the weapons, just awesome. Clothes, all the dyed clothes, what they look like. Yeah, there's just so much in this book. It shows the castle town before it was destroyed. Inside the castle, the sanctum. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. You could, same thing, look at this book for, just this book for hours. I mean, there's just so much to it, showing all the towns, Zora's Domain. I mean, I just can't explain to you how cool this is. This is definitely a great book to pick up. Just all the concept art in here and everything is just awesome. Full maps of the game. Story. It's just so cool. And some of the concept art in here is crazy. And like what some of the characters could have looked like. And you know, they're known for using stuff that was concept in Zelda games for other Zelda games down the road. So hopefully they'll use some of these ideas that they had for some of these characters. I'm just paging through because I'm actually trying to see if I can find the page with some of that and just show like the enemies. But yeah, here, let's see. Yeah, the front of the castle, just love that stuff. The Deku Tree. The Temple of Time, rough design. You got all shrine art. I mean, this book is amazing, and this is so high quality. Just you can tell by the pages, they're nice and thick. It's real nice quality print. All the divine beasts. They even go and show you concept art and what the divine beasts almost look like, which is really cool. Like right here. Let's see if you can see this. These are our concepts right here for what some of the divine beasts almost look like. So imagine if we got some of these crazy designs. I mean, they'd be cool too. That's why I said maybe we'll see some of this stuff in other games. Like one of these divine beasts almost looks like a spaceship or something. And you know, different ideas for guardians. It's kind of a glare, but you can see on the bottom. These are really cool. And a lot of people show these pictures because look at these creepy looking characters. I hope we get something like that in the Breath of the Wild too. Just crazy looking stuff, but super cool. But yeah, guys, that's the creating the Champion Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild book. But what do you guys think of my book collection? Does this interest you? Like I said, I love these books. I think they're so cool and so much fun to look at. You could absolutely spend hours and not even realize how much time has gone by just looking at these books and paging through them. because there's so much cool stuff to look at, and I don't think you can even get bored looking at this stuff. Just the artwork alone is enough to pull your attention in. But which books do you guys like the best? Any of you guys have a favorite book? Let me know in the comments. And do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, guys. I try to put gaming content out like this every night. And the channel's growing. I really appreciate the support. And if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, guys. I'd really appreciate it. But that's the video. I'm going to cut it there because it's probably really long. And any of you guys that stayed to the end, thanks. I really appreciate you watching. But that's the video, guys. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. Have a good one, guys.